Ryan Winther, your World Long Drive Champion.
Hey, you guys, and welcome. We are finally here. We're season 4 of Driven Golf Show. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you to all you guys who've been watching Driven over the last 3 years. We've had an unbelievable time, and just again want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for making Driven a household name. Thank you to NBC Sports Bay Area for being so good to us. You guys are great. You're amazing to work with. And you know what? We have the craziest season planned ahead. It's going to be our most extravagant, our most crazy and worldwide traveled season of Driven. But first, you guys, as we know, last year Isaac retired, so Manbear's doing everything on his own. But this year, I want to introduce you guys to my new co-host, Charlie Hustle Zamora.
How's it going? Charlie Zamora. I am the co-owner of Warriors Health and Fitness, which is one of the top strength and conditioning gyms in Northern California. I've been running that business now for my wife close to 10 years. Having a lot of fun doing that. We also have a contract with the city of Elk Grove to provide the health and wellness program for all the sworn and unsworn officers and city officials. We love what we do here, and we're having a great time. The biggest impact that we feel that we can have on our community here in Elk Grove, and specifically those that see us on social media all over the world, is just be able to find ways to invest in the lives of the people that we work with. So a great quote from one of my friends, Ramsey, who's the strength conditioning coach for the Kings. He said, before you teach someone how to squat, you should learn their name. I think that's a great way of kind of emphasizing what we do here. The goal is let's be invested into your life. Let's be invested into who you are, because we care more about the person than we do kind of the results. The results always come, but when we buy into them and they buy into us, that's what takes the relationship to the next level. Extremely excited to continue to do what we're doing and helping people and be able to build people up. And ultimately, I believe what my calling is to show God's love to other people and help them see the true success that they could have in their own lives with their own talents and their gifts.
Hands up, get close, get close. All right, Warriors on 3. 1, 2, 3, Warriors!
So I'm super stoked to be able to be the co-host of Driven with Ryan. I think this is going to be an amazing opportunity. A lot of times when I get into things, it's just a full go. So a lot of what you're going to see from me is my true personality. I always tell people I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm definitely the one that's going to run through a wall. So you don't have to be sharp to be strong. And my goal is to be able to just bring my energy, bring my love for people, bring my love for community, and bring my love for growth to the show with tons of energy and be able to have a great time and show people that, hey, if you can make fun of yourself, that vulnerability will allow others to be able to laugh, but it's also being able to grow the community and grow the game of golf. This opportunity to be with a world-class athlete, a guy that has 3 world records, to be able to take that opportunity and work off each other, learn from each other, and be able to grow. I think what you're going to see is some of the best TV that's ever happened. And the reason why I say that is because the effort is going to be matched. You're going to get 100% of me, you're going to get 100% of him. And as we continue to explore these different aspects of golf and life and fitness and all the things we're going to be journeying through, you're going to have a bunch of fun seeing this journey with a whole new perspective and a whole new guest that are going to be swinging through the show. I have a lot of cool opportunities to be able to use my background of years in marketing and building relationships in the strength and conditioning world. And so you're probably going to see a lot of things you've never seen before, but a lot of it's going to be pretty crazy and pretty fun.
All right, guys, season 4 is underway. And you know, looking back I'm doing long drive this year, and I had to find some motivation somehow. I needed to challenge myself. So what Hustle and I did, we set a goal about benching 500 pounds. Now, am I gonna be able to do it? I doubt it, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna work towards it. I want that motivation this year because I wanna win worlds again. I wanna set another Guinness World Record, and I wanna bench 500 pounds. So we're gonna start this season off by heading over to the CalFit Expo and getting our bench press on. All right, you guys, so here we are. Hustle and I are at the Fit Expo here at Cal Expo. Now, going into the off season, I wanted to set a goal because I wanted some extra motivation this year because we knew we were gonna have a really big year. So my goal was to come to this Fit Expo and bench 500 pounds. I have been practicing, as some of you guys have seen, but Hustle, so I'm pretty nervous. You know, this isn't my arena. I'm a golfer, so I'm out here with all these power lifters and bodybuilders. I'm a little nervous, so what can I work on to help calm my nerves?
I would say the big thing is that you're gonna be around some mutants, some people that are definitely lifting some big weights.
Right.
But the main thing is just own what you can own, that's being you. So we go in the back, we go through your warm-ups, we go through that routine. Just put yourself in the same visualization you would have for World Long Drive before you hit the ball. Focus in, zone on what you're supposed to do, and only be worried about your performance and not those around you.
Right. No, and that makes sense, but I'm so used to long drive. I'm used to cameras being on place, that's my element. So I'm definitely putting myself out here. I'm vulnerable, but I'm very excited, and I've been practicing really hard. I'm ready, my off season is done. So we're gonna cruise around, we're gonna check some people out, we're gonna talk to some really cool people in the fitness industry. Hustle's gonna make his rounds, so we'll catch up with you guys in a little bit, but time to get ready.
All right, so we're at the Fit Expo. I've been to many expos. I've been to the Arnold, I've been to the LA Fit Expo. This Fit Expo happens to be in Sacramento, which is our hometown, and it's pretty cool. It's been happening for the last couple of years. I know the person that puts it on, and it's a great time to learn more about people in the industry, be able to connect, spend time, and kind of just hang out and vibe with each other all around fitness. Up, legs up. Shoot through, shoot through. There it is. Yes. All right, we just finished the obstacle course over there with Elevate Gymnastics Center. I don't know if Manbear was meant to do gymnastics, but we did it today. And what we're gonna do now is kind of flow around, talk to a few more people, and then we're gonna go over there and we're gonna get Manbear prepped and ready for this bench press, right? We're gonna get him ready, get him warm, and get him in the zone. Whether you're a world-class athlete like Manbear or just your average Joe that wants to go to the gym and get jacked, it's always important to make sure that you properly warm up. We want to be ready and prepped for the movement that we're trying to accomplish. So what we're doing right now is we're taking Manbear through a nice dynamic warm-up, getting everything set because he's a world long drive guy. We don't want to injure his shoulders. We don't want to injure his body at all. We want to make sure he's safe, he's effective, and we're going to get ready for this bench press. Manbear's first attempt, 451 pounds. You gotta remember too that we told his spotters not to touch him, so he gets a nice move down and a nice solid lockout. This attempt right here, 476 pounds. Manbear hit it with ease. It's not a problem for him.
All right, our next lifter is Ryan Winter, also known for 227.5 kilos. Micah.
All right, so there you have it. I set my goal, 501.5 pounds. You know, I didn't think I'd be able to do this. I don't want to say I doubted myself, but I set such a crazy high number. But you know, honestly, I've done a lot of things. I've traveled the world. This is one of the most proudest I've ever been of myself. I mean, I have to eat perfect. I train every single day. I work with the doctors, chiropractors. I do all this stuff so I can perform at a high level. And this was something I'm very proud of. So thank you guys for coming on this journey with me. It was a really fun time and I got to bench 500 pounds, so it was great. But that being said, we are off to San Diego. We are going to Titleist Performance Institute, one of my favorite places on earth. We're gonna head down there. Hustle's gonna take a certified course, get him a little more versed in the golf industry, and I'm just gonna go whack some balls at the range like I usually do there. Before we get started hitting any balls, I'm gonna show you my new favorite stretch. I've been doing it for a long time, but the more I do it, the better the benefits I have. So this is something you should not only do before your golf round, but do it every time you wake up in the morning and before you go to bed. You wanna hold at least 2 minutes aside, but right now we're gonna do our hip flexor stretches. So you wanna have a chair here. We're gonna put one of our foot here. You can also have a chair on the other side if you need it. We don't have the room right now, so that's why I'm not doing it. But be careful, don't hurt yourself. I'm gonna go ahead and put one of my legs up here. I'm gonna put my knee directly over my foot, and already you're gonna start feeling a stretch right here in your hip flexor. Now what I'm gonna do from here, I'm gonna turn my butt underneath myself so I get that big stretch right here in my hip flexor. This actually burns pretty good right now. Again, make sure your knee is over your foot. We don't want to be this way because now we're no longer going to do our hip flexor, and we don't want to be too far back. We're not going to do our hip flexor. So 90 degrees right here, foot up, and then scoop your hips, scoop your butt underneath, and you'll feel that burn right here. This is going to alleviate a lot of our men for our lower back pain because when our hips get tight, it pulls our hips forward, which puts a lot of damage and stress on our QLs. So this is a perfect stretch for guys. Obviously women as well, especially bigger guys. So you wanna do this for about 2 minutes and then safely come down, switch legs. Same thing, make sure you're in good position, 90 degrees, and scoop those hips. It's like you're trying to push your hips forward out here, and you're gonna get that really big burning sensation in that hip. Like I said, do that for 2 minutes. You're gonna do that for 2 minutes each side. You want to do that in the morning, do it at night, and do it before your golf round. You guys will notice that your hip mobility and the flexibility of being able to turn through your shot is going to increase substantially, which means longer drives for us. All right, guys, we're taking a break and been hitting a lot of balls, getting some stretching in. I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. This is Carol, AKA Park. Now Park, something happened to me, which I used to get embarrassed about it, but it's happened so much, I've learned to live with it. And Park noticed it on me. I was hoping nobody noticed, but she got it. So what happened?
You ripped your pants.
I did, I ripped my pants. I was out there swinging, getting loose, smashing some drives, and I ripped my pants right down the seam. So normally, Park, what happens, I just try to hide it as well as possible, but you know, I know you found it, you did a good job, but do you have any, any recommendations of what I can do to maybe hide it better or maybe have a good excuse when someone does look at the hole in my butt?
Backup pants.
Backup pants? Oh, like bring an extra pair of pants. Mm-hmm. Well, that would have been smart, and you know here on Driven, we don't do things like that, so. Anyways, we're taking a break. I just want to introduce my friend here, Carol Park. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna go hit some more balls. We'll see you guys soon. All right, you guys, here we are, the driving range. Now, obviously there's a million things we can go over, but I'm gonna give you the most important thing to understand and to make sure you realize about your swing going into the season is posture, is setup, is balance. Now, if we take some time off, it's been really cold this year, so our bodies that are gonna be a little stiffer, we're not gonna be in the same athletic position. So we really wanna make sure as we get ready is our proper stance and balance are correct. So as we do this, you know, whether you're with irons or a driver, really make sure to get in a proper position. Now, when we kind of start the season, we're here, we're a little tight, you know, our backs are rounded. Let's make sure our butt's out. The butt goes out this way. I'm real stable, hands are hanging down. Everything's good, my balance is good, I'm sitting into my hips. We wanna make sure we're here because if we're standing up here, if the knees are coming underneath us, we're gonna start getting these shots here, or we're gonna get handsy and start hooking it. So first thing we're gonna do is make sure our balance and our setup is correct. Here we go, hip out, nice and loose, no tension. And now that we're here, the next step is to make sure we're staying in our swing. So if I'm proper, I do not want to start standing up. We're stiff. We haven't golfed in a while. Our back's going to be stiff. We don't want to do this. So I'm going to get my proper stance. I'm going to swing. I'm going to make sure my chest is staying down and covering the ball. The chest stays down, covers the ball, and I come up to my finish. We don't want to be standing up going this way. That's a death sentence for distance, not this way. Proper balance position, chest down through the ball. Let me go ahead and hit one here. See, that's pretty good. I stayed down, the chest covers. Like I said, when we're sore and stiff and haven't been playing, we start standing up for a safety. Make sure we're down, stay through the shot, finish. And obviously we're gonna work at the beginning of the year, but that's a lesson, that's a tip that's gonna go through the whole year. All right, guys, we got some stretching, we got some ripped pants, and we got some long drives. I hope you guys paid attention and took some notes. But you know what? TPI is done for the day, done for the weekend, but before we head back up home to Northern California, we're gonna head over to the Wedge Wizard, one of the craziest guys you're ever gonna see, amazing artist. Hustle's gonna run it through it with him. We're gonna have a great time. We'll see you guys over there.
What's up, guys? What's going on? I just got done at TPI, went through the certification process, at least day one. Manbear was out there smoking some balls, making people go wild. Had a lot of fun learning from there, but I was on social about 5-6 months ago, and I found this dude called the Wedge Wizard, and I was like, this dude is dope. So as I was going through his Instagram, I was seeing everything he did, and I've been following this progress. This dude is blowing up right now, so I'm so excited to be able to introduce you guys to the Wedge Wizard. What's going on, man?
You! Thanks for coming, bro.
Yeah, excited.
Absolutely.
So I hit him up on Instagram and I was like, hey, we're gonna be in Oceanside. Are you close to there? Are you close to like TPI? He's like, I'm 8 minutes down the road. And he is. So he's right down the road. So we got over here. We're in his, I'd say his shop right now, right? AKA the garage.
Yeah, it's the garage. Yeah, absolutely. It's half of the 2-car garage. So I guess a 1-car garage, but it gets it done. Welcome.
It gets the job done. So we're having a bunch of fun. We're just kind of vibing out. And I was asking some questions. So I'm gonna ask some questions now too. Like, what got you into this, man? Like, what was the drive to be able to say, hey, I'm a creative and I want to take that passion over to stamping or golf? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of odd. My family has never had anybody pursuing a career in golf, so it's super odd. But I guess I've always had a knack for being kind of creative and kind of an artist, I guess. So I got into golf because I broke a lot of bones doing the whole skateboarding, snowboarding thing, and you know, one thing led to the next. I worked in it. I started working in it after high school, and I just found like a niche with golf clubs. I started with custom fitting and worked into, you know, what it is now, which is like a really cool aesthetic customization, and I can also shape, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
Do you think that, you know, one of my questions was for everybody too, and I'm sure everyone wants to know this. Do you think through that process that your background, usually is what shapes you, but your background helped you to see things or do things differently when it came to customizing wedges than people that have just been in golf? Do you think that your background or your eye has also given you advantage against everyone else that kind of does the same thing?
I think so. You know, I think so. My father's a finished carpenter, and so, you know, he does a lot of premium finished woodworking and millwork. So we would go out and he would kind of point out really detailed work, in the setting. And so I guess you could say that my eye was trained for detail, but I've always had a knack for taking things apart and putting them back together a different way, putting the Legos together and then smashing it all down and building it up as something completely different than what was on the box. It's kind of my style, so.
Nice, and we got one of Manbear's clubs. Excuse me. One of Manbear's clubs, and so what are we gonna do with this one? You guys gonna be able to do something with this tonight?
Yeah, man. It's a shop tradition. Everybody who comes has it. They at least bring a golf club, a wedge with them, and we stamp it up, and it's kind of like a little, it's a token that you can take back as a memory. But I'm also gonna let you guys sign this workbench. That's another tradition that goes around, bro. Yeah. So I'm excited. We'll do something with it. Absolutely. First things first. Pen and paper, super old school. I like to write it out, make sure I spell things right, make sure I get the spacing right on all the characters, get a general idea of what we want, and then we move to the hammer. Killer. So we've got the phrase stamped on there. I threw garage shop mentality on there. It's something that I like to live by. I'm here, I started in the garage. Now we're gonna put the wizard hat on there. The wizard hat's kind of like my signature thing. I feel like every great artist has always had their signature thing that they include in all their work, or in golf specifically, we have the Circle T from Scotty Cameron, the R from Roger Cleveland. Those are all really great things, and I want to be part of that class. And so I made something really unique and cool. It's a wizard hat, and I added to the golf clubs that every golf club that I touch, and just a good old traditional hold it with the left and hit it with the right action. Killer. So here's our finished product. We got garage shop mentality. We're in the garage shop. Seems like that's where a lot of great things start. I'm excited about my journey, and I'm excited about the future. I'm excited to have you guys on board with it. Thank you for your time. But definitely drop me a follow, say what's up, reach out, ask me any questions if you're down to get into it. If you want to put in an order, hit me up. But yeah, man, I'm just trying to change the world one golf club at a time,
All right, everyone. This is my first season on Driven. Manbear brought me into the team. I'm excited about it. I'm going to introduce you to my world while he introduces me to his, and we're going to have fun together. Watch us as we travel, have fun, eat crazy food, and this year, I'm going to introduce you to a lot of my crazy friends in the workout world, in the fitness world. It's going to be a great time. Make sure you stay tuned for the adventure.
I'm driven.